and welcome to the Body Series sequence with Grit Life Fitness. My name is Kristina Courage, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different for this series. We're doing a little strength circuit. So we're going to do 3 exercises, all focused on your breath and the quality of your movements. No equipment is needed, and we're also going to use a metronome. So what is really cool about this workout is the beat is going to hold you accountable to your repetitions and to your movement. So hopefully you're going to get really good burn out of this workout. This is also a little bit longer. It's about 10 minutes, and I am going to just doing very, very short rests, and we're going to time it all. So if you need longer rests, then you simply pause the video and take the rest that you need, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. All right, so let's start on the mat. And let me turn on our metronome so that you can hear the beat that we're going to move to. Okay, so hopefully you can hear the beat and you can hear me. We're going to start with an exercise called Glute Bridges. And this is a really good core and hip and butt exercise where you're going to lie on your mat and then walk your feet towards your butt. Toes are going to be pointing straight ahead. So your knees, hips, and feet are in alignment. We're going to rotate your palms down and kind of out at a 45-degree angle. And then before we begin, we're going to set your core. So we're going to draw the belly in. You're going to kind of tilt your pelvis towards your belly and then engage your abdominals, so you're tightening up. Then we're going to anchor through your feet and drive your hips up. So if you're driving through your hips and your butt, the back should stay fairly neutral, and then we're going to take repetitions. It's going to be down, up, down, up. Okay, join me. Begin. 45 seconds. So this is a 60 beat per minute pace, and you're going to try to do the range of motion that you can do this pace with. So it might not be the biggest, but I want you to really squeeze your butt cheeks at the top of this movement. So really using those glutes. And I do encourage you to be barefoot so you can really feel the stability and pushing into the floor with your whole foot. We don't want the toes up. We don't want the heel up. We want everything evenly distributed. Good. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, 1. All right, there's our transition. You got 15 seconds. We're going to bring the knees and feet up. Hands behind the head for crunches. It's just going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's begin. Up, down. Up, down. So what I really like about a crunch is that it's not a sit-up, and it really helps you to keep the lower back a little bit more protected and safe. All right, we're just getting shoulder blades up off the mat without grinding out your lower back. The other thing is it's just a very, very small movement. You're just creasing right at the waist, at the belly. I want you to think about sucking in when you exhale and lift. Elbows are as wide as you can keep them. Rest. Awesome. All right. Shake it off. We're going to flip over for low plank. So core, core, core. 2 core in a row. Elbows are going to be below your shoulders. Separate your hands. Tuck your toes under. And we're going to draw the belly button up and in. The knees come up last. Good. So this is a tricky exercise. And actually, we're not using the metronome because we're just going to hold it for 45 seconds. But everyone's going to be different here. So a different option would be to bring one knee down so that you're shortening your plank a little bit, or you can bring both knees down. But you have to keep that tension in your core. All right, looks like we have about 10 seconds to go. You're keeping the chest open, belly up and in, tension. But you're still breathing. All right, rest. Okay, so this is where you could pause the video if you need a longer rest, because we're going right back to the beginning. Glute bridges. All right, we want to think your glutes are the most powerful muscle in your body. They're one of the largest muscles in your body. Begin. So same thing. I really want you to drive up with power. Squeeze at the top. Really thrust those hips, but without arching your lower back more. So we're keeping the belly in here. So everything in your body is working together. We're not sacrificing one body part in order to get a bigger glute bridge. Everything is really cooperating. Whew. Now the goal here is to start feeling this in the butt. That's why we're squeezing those butt cheeks. Anchoring through your feet. Rest. All right, wiggle out those hips. All right, hands behind the head. We're going to try straight legs this time. Just get some extension. Anchor that lower back down and begin. Exhale, inhale. 1, 2. Keep that pace. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice. Good. I should be able to see your face. You should not be covered up by your elbows. So open those elbows out. Seconds. Good, rest. Beautiful work. Now you just warmed up those abdominals. Now we're going to do more core with that low plank. So come onto your belly. We think about lengthening the body here, stretching everything out, tucking those toes under, lift, hold. All right, so I'm going to give you an option here. Not to change anything, but I want you to really think about anchoring your elbows and drawing your elbows, like pulling your elbows towards your toes, and then the same thing with the toes. You're trying to really get a lot of power from anchoring your feet down and trying to draw your toes towards your elbows. So how you're pushing into the floor can create a lot more tension. All right, I'm feeling it this round. All right, you're practicing a neutral alignment. So we're trying not to have the hips up too high or sag your back. Rest. All right, final round. Stay with me here or take a little pause. Back to your glute bridges. Knees, feet, and hips aligned. Chest is open. Pulling that belly in. Lift. Begin. Down, up, down, up. Now when we move down and up, your knees are not going to bow out and in. We want them to be stable and stay in their own lane. Good, just follow that beat. Now when I lower down, I might tap the floor, but I'm not putting weight into the floor with my butt or back. I'm trying to keep weight in my shoulders and in my heels. Good. Now as an option, you can bring your arms up over those shoulders and rest. All right, hug it in, wiggle out those hips. Legs are up, hands behind the head. So we do want the legs elevated. Just helps keep the lower back a little bit more neutral. Begin. Up, down, up, down. Good. Now practice pulling down with the belly as you lift, like sucking in, versus pushing your muscles up and out. Because we're trying to make a more narrow waist. Good. We want to keep the neck, not too much tension in the neck, which is why we're holding it with our hands to give it some support. 5 seconds. One more. Awesome. Whew. All right, climb a plank. Get into that low plank position. Now you could also do a high plank, which would be your hands below your shoulders versus your elbows. All right, starting on the floor so that we can lift with your abdominals first. Lift, pull up and in, and hold. Excellent. Squeeze. Good. Imagine someone has a big thing of saran wrap and they're starting to wrap it around your waist. Everything's getting hugged in, tighter and tighter and tighter. All right, and you're trying to recreate that internally. Good, you're breathing, you got this. We are almost done. 10 seconds. Okay, let's rest. All right, let's come on up. Now, because this is a strength workout, you could absolutely, I highly recommend that you do a little bit of a warm-up. That way, you'll be ready to go for the circuit. You'll be a little bit warmed up. And then, of course, you can stretch a little bit at the end. But that is all I had for you today. Thank you so much for coming.